Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature somewhere. And Starlight just got done doing some yoga, and I had to freshen up a little bit. And besides, I was driving earlier, so I was kind of sweaty, and I needed to get kind of freshened up for the night. And I said, hey, this is a great time to reach out to all of my family. You are all my family. Some of you, could be friends and family or, loved ones. So anyway, I want to reach out to all of you and make sure you're getting out in nature. And not only to get out in nature, is to make sure you're getting plenty of water. Believe me, you got to get plenty of water. You're going to have problems. So make sure you get it's hard sometimes right now. I can't get bottled water, but really I prefer the bottled water than the faucet water. But it's very important for you to get water, and make sure you're taking really good care of yourself and your loved ones. And like I said, is to get out in nature somewhere and enjoy the beautiful weather. I'm kind of in the wrong spot here. The sun just popped out. And anyway, I really want to reach out to all of you, see how you're doing, and make sure you take good care of yourself and your family, your loved ones. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, you can find me, and that is at YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you can give this video a thumbs up. That is if you want to see, and more importantly, to be that change that you want to see in the world. And you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget the notification bell, bing, bing, bing. And don't forget to leave me a message. I have my cousin. Hello, cuz. She is so thoughtful, and she's, reaching out quite a bit to Starlight and inspiring me. So I really appreciate her, and I appreciate all the other ones out there. I do know other people that can't quite reach out to me, but they want to, and my heart goes out to all of you. And thank you all that have either watched or shared or subscribed, to my YouTube channel. Because without you, I am nothing, and we can do this together, really, if we spread these videos out and really try to work on ourselves to be that change that we want to see in the world. And you got to believe in it, though. That's the whole key to all of this, is to believe in your dreams. And also, you can follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that's Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So here we are. I got a treat for all of you. Starlight loves animals, but there's a family of baby birdies out here, and Starlight wanted to take pictures of them earlier, but I had my hands full. So anyway, this is a new topic today. Here we go. This is a new kind of bird. I didn't see these ones before, but as I walk through here, this is a beautiful pond right here. But look at the little babies. Mommy doesn't know what to think of Starlight. But look at these babies. I know it's kind of hard because the shade is there and the sun's behind me. But these are interesting birds. I did not see these kind of birds in the other part of Florida as I was driving through. So these are beautiful. Starlight is a animal lover, and I got so blessed because the other day a big, huge owl came to visit Starlight, and it's funny because I was praying that morning and I heard the owls. So anyway, here we go. This is my first park that I went to here, and where I did yoga today. I really want to reach out to you, and Starlight, sometimes throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the weekend, any time of day, night and day, is sometimes Starlight gets emotional because God is doing some stuff, and I am so blessed. So this video is ask and you receive. Ask and you shall receive. So they think I got food. We're not supposed to feed them, but you could tell they're getting fed. Starlight loves feeding them. They should have signs really to say that if you feed them, this is what you can feed them, to educate the people. So anyway, is ask and you shall receive. And I know I've read my Bible over and over again, not saying that I'm an expert on the Bible. So, but in the Bible, it does say, ask and you shall receive. And, there's times, people desire things or need things, but they don't ask. They're afraid to ask. So in order for you to receive anything from the universe or God, whatever name, isn't that a beautiful tree, is that you gotta put your pride down, and it is tough. I'm learning, this has been teaching me in this situation is, there's times I have needs. Hi everybody, Starlight loves her shadow. Peace. Is you gotta put your pride down and ask for help. Sometimes we need somebody to talk to, and this is a very friendly little girl out here. I seen this one earlier, and you're gonna be famous on YouTube. Hi. So so I've never seen a squirrel so friendly out here. So anyway, is in the Bible it also says to ask and you shall receive, but sometimes people ask, but they ask amiss, and that means that maybe it's something that they didn't need. And so are you asking for things that you need, or things that you just want? And there's a big difference. Like I need food, I need water, I need shelter, I need to getting out in nature. God wants us to get out in nature. It's a way you can get in contact with the universe, God. And so the reason why I'm making this video, it is God has been challenging me on this whole situation about being homeless. And I sat in a park for a couple days, and I'm like, okay, universe, and I did. I really needed that time alone. Sometimes God will do stuff with us, is that God will test us out, and sometimes I feel like I'm trapped in a box, where it kind of makes me I got to do something, and I did make a joke in one video. And I'm trying to think of the topic of the video as I was in a park and I was making a video. And it might have been the video about, are you misunderstood, or do people misunderstand you? And I made a joke in there and said, ooh, I better get out of this trail here, because they had it all fenced in and you had to get out at a certain time, or otherwise you're going to get locked in. Well, isn't it funny? I made a joke. I said that would be just like Starlight is to get locked in, in a hiking trail. And I thought, oh, that wouldn't be so bad, because I would be locked in there with all the animals. And would you know it, is the next night I was on that same trail where it's all closed in and they have a gate. And I was on the phone talking to my daughter. And as I was ready to get off the phone with my daughter, I realized, oh no, I knew the time was past 6 o'clock, and that's when they close it. I ended up getting locked into the trail, but Starlight is so good, she escaped it anyway. I was able to get free from that anyway. But God does things like this to, test us to see, what are we gonna do? We go through certain situations in our life, and sometimes we get like a fork in the road, and you got to make a choice on what to do and how you're gonna get out of this. And so Starlight sat there thinking about it. I'm like, okay, how am I, I can go over the fence or see if I can squeeze under the fence. But I was going to really make a video about words are very powerful, and See, Starlight made that happen because I said that. I actually made a joke thinking that that is something that Starlight would do, and I created that in my life to make it actually happen. So you really gotta be careful what you're asking for. Sometimes we ask for things and it's not even good for us. I definitely have been there many times when I was younger, not thinking, and but the reason why I wanted to make this video is, a lot of people think that they can ask God for things, and that they can just sit around and not do anything, and God's just gonna bless them with everything that they want or desire. And I have to give you some bad news. That is not how it works. So it doesn't work that way. If you desire something or you have a need, is God's gonna expect something from you. Don't think that God is gonna just give you something. And I've known lots of people, they read their Bibles, but they didn't fully understand what it was saying, or they didn't finish reading it, or they misunderstood it. And so they might have been like, oh yeah, we have to trust also. So things just don't get handed to us. Just like if you're a good parent, when your kids ask you for stuff, do you just always give them what they want, or do you make them work for it? There's kids these days, they are spoiled rotten. They really are. It's a shame. Parents, a lot of times, not all parents, but there's parents out there, they, maybe they didn't get a lot when they were kids. And so when they get children, when they got children and they decided to bring up kids in the world, and they decided, hey, I'm going to spoil my kids rotten. I never had anything, and I'm just going to be that parent that is just going to give my kid anything the child wants, whether it's a boy or girl. And hey, it's great to be able to give your kids, things, like at their birthday or holidays or whatever, or just a regular day. That doesn't always have to be on a birthday holiday. So, but really, if they got wants, like they go to school and their friend says, hey, look, they come from a rich family, and maybe you don't have a lot of money, and your kids come home, because Starlight was like this when I was younger, is that, you go home and the kids come home and they're like, hey mom, hey dad, we want what our friends have. They got these cool sneakers. Now sneakers was probably not the greatest thing, because sneakers, you kind of need those to be able to run around and stuff like that. But maybe it's something that, like a video game, hey, my friends got the coolest video game. I want that. And really, it's best to really, and this is how God is with us. You want that video game, but how are you with your children? Do you just say, all right, let's just go to the store and give you what you want? And every time that they want something, you just go and get them whatever they want. Well, what are you teaching them? So you got to understand, God is very powerful. God wants to bless us with our needs and desires and stuff like that, or even possibly, like God actually, if you say you want something, God doesn't really work that way, because then you're acting like you don't have enough when you have everything. Is God loves all of us and wants to bless us in so many ways, and it shouldn't be just about like things, items and material values. Like I've been asking for, every day I ask for guidance and direction. The other day I was asking for wisdom. I'm like, hey, I don't know what to do here. And then boom, that owl just popped out of nowhere. It's so beautiful. It just came in to visit Starlight. It was something else. So what are you teaching your children, as far as giving them stuff and giving them what they want when they want it? And did you ever think about having them work for that stuff? Say, hey, you know what? Money doesn't grow on trees. Have you ever heard of that? Yeah, I've definitely heard of that, I was like, why not? Why doesn't, because that tree wouldn't even have any money left on it. and then it would just like, if you don't even take care of the tree, it would die anyway, and it wouldn't produce fruit or money. But as far as your children go, is, like a good father, like the way God is, God has us work for the things that we have. And how about relationships? Maybe you desire somebody in your life and God's like, really that guy? Or really that girl? Where God sees that that is not the right thing for you, not good for you, not going to help you out. Maybe that person's going to trip you up. Maybe that person's going to abuse you. Maybe that person's going to use you, and so you really do. You got to really, if you're going to ask God, and I have to say, if you ask God for something and it's not good for you, and God tries to stop you, maybe God's just going to say, you know what, because I've met many of men like this on dating apps, and it really, these are the ones that really get me going, is there's been men on dating apps, and they will say, hey, can you give me your number? And I go, no, I got to just show you this cute little bird here. But I'm like, no, I don't know you. I am not ready to give you my number. I always kind of test men out on the dating app first, see how they're going to be respecting me, if they even respect me on chatting back and forth, like through texting and stuff. And I got to test them out there first, and I don't want to just hand them my number right away. But there are those out there that this is probably what they were like when they were kids, is that they learned when they were kids, is that, hey, if I drive you nuts, if I keep on begging you, here's this little squirrel, if I keep on begging you and just keep on pestering you the whole time to give me your number, please give me your number, or hey, can you send me a naughty picture? Hey, send me a picture, and you say no, and the more you say no, the more they keep on asking. Those are the ones I'm like, see ya, I don't have time for this stuff. This is, like, I'm not gonna go along with that game anymore, because they're not respect as a lady, to keep on acting like a little bratty kid, asking me over and over again. And I have fallen for that before in the past, where they bugged me to the point I finally did cave in. And God is like that. If you keep on pestering God over something, it's like, but you really don't even know what you're asking for. So, and that's the whole thing. Sometimes we ask for things that are not good or healthy for us, and God really doesn't want to give us that, and then we just don't let go, and we just keep on asking, and there's times that so if you've already asked God about certain things, it takes patience, a lot of times, things don't happen right away, but then things do. And that's reason why I'm making this video, is today, Starlight, even though I'm rich and abundant, I have plenty, is that I am, everything that I'm searching for is inside of me. But Starlight, for the last couple days, didn't have any gasoline in her car. So I hung out at this park a couple days praying about what to do, and asking the archangels to help me out and give me some information. And where I was, the trails was so small, it would only last you 20 minutes. And I didn't know what else to do. Hang on. Ooh, is that loud? So this morning I said, I had it. I am gonna, I know what God wants me to do today. I am gonna take that step of faith today again. I don't have gas money. All I had was $2.46 to be exact on change. And I said, I'm gonna do this. I can't just sit here. And that's, just like being in that park locked in. I'm not gonna just sit here. I'm gonna break free. I felt like I was in jail. You can't keep Starlight locked up. So Anyway, today I decided, after I did my meditation, after I wrote to someone on Instagram, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna head out, and I didn't even know how far the gasoline was gonna take me. So I decided to pull over, look at the prices of the gas, and so I pulled over and I parked my car, and I told the lady, I said, yeah, I ran out of gas, and it's amazing what God does. It's amazing. It really is. And so I walked in the store. I felt kind of embarrassed because, I only had $2.64. And that's not even a gallon of gas. A gallon of gas at that place was, I believe it was $3.45 for a gallon. So I went in there and I told the lady I ran out of gas, and I said, this is all I have. And she's like, well, what pump? And I believe it was pump 6. So she goes, okay. And I thought I misheard her, and she's like, all right, like $4 at pump whatever. And I thought maybe she said the wrong number. So I went to my gas, where I had the gas pump at for where my car was. And I was selecting the gas for my car and pumping it in there, and I noticed that it kept going up to $4, and I'm like, oh no, what do I do? I said, because the numbers were going, of course, when it's only $4, it's going to go really fast, and I was like, oh no, I was going to leave, but then I felt guilty, and I'm like, I got to go inside and let that lady know that you like you put too much in there. I only had $2.46, but you put the wrong amount in. And she was such a sweetheart, That's why really you shouldn't judge the outside appearance of people. This was a woman of color. Yes, a woman of color. And she blessed me. She wasn't the first one that blessed me with money or something. There's many people that blessed me, and it didn't matter what their skin color was. So please, if you're judgmental about the outside appearance, please, realize that we're all family here. And that's what I said I don't know if this video I said that we're all family here, is that that lady put extra money, to help me out. So I had more than a gallon of gasoline. And that was the way the universe was letting me know that, Starlight, yes, keep on heading to where we want you to go. So I did. I went, got my GPS set it, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. And of course, that gasoline was running out, and I pulled over, and I put my gas can on the outside, and a man came along, and he filled up that gas can, and now I'm here. So God is beautiful. God is awesome. And it's funny how all this happened. This is why I wanted to make this video, is when I was on the side of the road, I talked to my archangels. I said, archangels, I don't want to be here all day. I want to go for a hike. It's hot. I only had a little bit of water left on me, and here I am on the side of the road, and I didn't know. The man that came and saw that I needed help, I was praying, and I'm like, archangels, I need help right now with gas. And before I know it, bam, a guy, I'm not kidding you, a guy was on the opposite side of the road. There was this, grass in between, and he saw, and he asked me if I needed help, and I said yes. And he turned around and he parked behind my vehicle, and he went to go and help me out with the gas. I stayed with my car because I didn't know him, and he was gone for a while, and I was like, I wasn't sure when he was going to come back, and I'm like, Archangel, he's got to come back, because he said it's going to be 20 minutes. It was already past 20 minutes. It's like a half hour now, and I was being patient, but I reached out to the archangels again, and I said, archangels, I'm like, where is this man? Please send him here, because I can't be out here all day long, and I didn't, I couldn't really go anywhere anyway, but I was getting hot, and I was running out of water to drink, and I, didn't have any way of getting any water in the sun, and bam, I am not kidding you, the guy was right behind me and showed up, And he did. He filled up my gas can and put gas in my car. So, and God knows that I've been working. I've been helping people out along the way. And it hasn't been just about Starlight. I've helped out many homeless people, all the way through since I left New York all the way here. So, God does expect us to do something. So don't expect that if you desire stuff like, hey, I want a job, I need a job, and when you're not going out looking for a job, you got to go out and do your part. You got to ask for directions, and God does want to bless us, and so ask and you shall receive. And I'm not going to know if I'm going to quote this right, but knock and the door will be open unto you. And there's sometimes one door closes and another door opens up. Just because there's a door that is shut, there's going to be another door that opens up. So don't give up. Believe that God is going to bless you. But you got to be patient. Like today, it happened right away because I was like, I needed it. I was out there. I could have gotten sick out there in the heat, So you really got to know what's right and good for you. Ask the universe, is this girl or this guy, is this person good for me? Are they going to help me? There's somebody that I would love to be with, and I know they're good for me. But it's I got to be patient, some things, you got to work on yourself, for those things to come in, especially when it comes to relationships, so God wants, God expects you to work, and when you're a vibration of those things that you desire, then God blesses you with those things. I am so close to my destination right now, and, I know that there's a job out here with my name on it. I know that there's a place for me to live. I can't live in my car all this time in this heat, so God has already blessed me with a place. God's already has a job for me with my name on it. There's already a place with my name on it. But it's going to take time, and I do have to do that work. When Monday comes by, I'm going to be at the library. I'm going to be job searching. And I'm going to ask the universe, where should I live? Where do you want me to live? So things don't, some things do happen right away, like today, and I believed in trust, and that's how that happened. If you don't believe in things and you ask God and you doubt that God's going to bless you, well, then it's not going to happen. And like I said earlier about being locked in on that hiking place is, be careful what you say. If you are saying negative stuff in your life, I try to help people out like that. If you're thinking negative and saying negative stuff, and that stuff, you're gonna reap it. You're gonna get that in your life, and you'll be like, how did that happen? Well, you're the one creating your reality. So don't blame other people by the way your life is. And you're probably looking at me, judging me, not every one of you, but some of you, but you're like, but hey, Starlight, why are you homeless? I'm actually here because I'm learning right now. I'm like in school right now, so this has helped me to learn to trust in God, the universe. God is teaching me to trust in God and be patient, and to also bless others in this situation, because God knows I have a heart for people. So I'm using this. So I am actually very grateful for this. I got a place, a destiny to be, and God wants us to not be in a rush to get to our destiny, but to enjoy the journey as we go through it. And that's where we're going to learn stuff. I'm feeling that mist from that. It feels so good here. So don't give up on your dreams, or if you got, like Starlight has plans, but it's gonna take time, and it's gonna take a lot of patience. It's gonna take a lot of sweat, blood, and tears. It really is, so I cried like a baby today, because when that guy came over, and even that girl that blessed me with I was like, wow, because I knew this morning, I knew God didn't want me to sit around in that park. I had to let go of fear. And that was my other part of this message is, You know, if you desire stuff, God's going to test your ass. You're like, oh, Starlight, you shouldn't swear. God doesn't care that I said that word. You know, God is going to test your ass. He is. God, not that God's a he, but God's going to test you. God's going to try you. God's going to test your patience. God's going to, you know, put you through some stuff so you can learn and you know, like to know and understand God is the one in our life. You know, God is the creator of this world, and we got to put our trust in God. And so you got to trust in God and believe that God is going to bless you. So anyway, beep. I got to stand up here and get some stretch here. But God does love you, and you know, so don't judge me about being in this situation. Is that I am learning things in this situation. I am actually inspiring people. Hey, you know, if I could do this, you know, like to get to Florida, hello, you know, and I am rich and abundant, and I am inspiring millions of people. Is that you have to believe in yourself, whether people do or not, you know. And I really appreciate all of you, the ones that are supporting, the ones that, you know, they take time, you know, like my cousin takes time out of her life to reach out to me, you know, practically every day. And you know, we need people like that, you know, because she's inspiring me, and I am inspiring all of you. And so believe in yourself, really believe in yourself, and believe that God can. And that's where sometimes we got to let go of people that don't believe in themselves. Why would they believe in you having goals and dreams and plans in your life for your future? You know, you know, I believe we can turn this world around. You know, but I need people like you to work on not just Starlight's self, but we all need to work on ourselves, and we need to be that voice out in the world. We need to let go of fear. And you know, if I never let go of fear, I would have never made it to Florida. I would have still been in New York. You know, I still, you know, if somebody said, oh, Starlight, you know, you shouldn't do that, you're a girl, you know, Starlight, I'm scared for you. Don't be scared for me. I have the archangels protecting me every day. God is protecting me. I am protected. I am safe. You know, I have been in some situations where I'm like, ooh, I'm a female. But, you know, I got to know and believe that God's going to protect me through all of this stuff. You know, and you got to let go of fear and let love guide you. And that came from my mentor. So I love you so much. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to leave a message down below. And I know there's some people, they do want to leave me a message, you know, but they got situations where they can't, and I love you too. Plus also don't forget to share my videos. You can, and don't forget the notification bell. Ding, ding, ding. And you can find me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So I love you all. If I can do this, you can do it. I really do. I believe in myself, and you got to believe in yourself too. I love you so much. This is Starlight. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.